Today is Thursday, the coaching game. My favorite, my favorite. So bring something to mind, perhaps a situation. It doesn't have to be a big challenge. In fact, it's probably better if it's not a big challenge. Often we have these little mini challenges during our days or our week, or a conundrum or something to ponder. Um, Bring that to mind. And I'm going to invite you to have a piece of paper handy and a pen or a pencil and jot down the cards that come up and just a couple of words of insight, how they relate or don't relate. I've played this game with people before where they choose a card. They're thinking of something. They choose a card. They don't like it. They put it back and get another one. So of course I have no idea whether whether that card is good for you or not. But if it isn't, take what you like, leave the rest. But see what comes up. What images pop up when you see that, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant. And just because the brain then takes that information and kind of stores it away. Later on in the day, or this has been my experience, later on in the day, I found that something relates to that or it pops back up into my mind and my subconscious has a chance to just kind of play with it. Oh, it relates to that possibly, or no way. And sometimes when we look at what we don't want or what resists and we're willing to sit with it, there's a 2% of truth there to tease out. So here we go. Today is, I just have 3 cards. And okay, current frame is too low. Please set the frame rate to 15 to 60 FPS. I don't know how to do that. It seems to have been working okay before. I'm going to keep going. Interruption. So I'm choosing just 3 cards. So what each of these cards, what does each one give you an insight on? What is each one as I reveal it? And here's the first one. Oh, so this one is, it says beginning, and it's a Lego, flat Lego piece. So when you think of this situation that you have, this is the first word, beginning. So what is the beginning of what this situation is bringing? What is the beginning? Of course, today is the beginning. You haven't never experienced this day at this moment before. So it is a beginning. Every day is a beginning. And so beginning. And the Lego, it's interesting. Lego, as a kid, my brother and I, he had the Lego, and my brother and I would play with it for hours. And this was a fairly big sized mat, and that's what you built on from there. You put all the other cubes on. Of course, now they have these phenomenal structures they make. But anyway, it's a beginning. Here's the grid, something that you can start with. Where would you start if your situation was a Lego mat like this? Where would you start? In the middle? On the sides? The left, the right, top of the bottom? Where would you start? And this series is a circle with a line down it, which I believe is journey. If I'm remember, it is journey. So remember that journey signifies that a large and powerful process is taking place in our lives at this time. Process. Now, this is one of those words where you might think right now, what process? I don't know. But what process is going on in this situation that you are bringing to this right now? Beginning. How is it a beginning? How can you make it a beginning? I'll leave you with that one. Okay, here's the second one. Oh, stuck. And if any of you have ever done any kind of work with tools and screws and bolts and taking something apart, sometimes things can get stuck. So how in this situation that you're bringing, how does the word stuck fit? Is there a is there an aspect of this situation or this idea or this challenge? Does it make you stuck? Is the relationship that you're in about the situation, is it stuck? And I don't know about you, but when I love to take things apart and put them back together, and sometimes come across this kind of situation where it's like, "Ugh, I can't, it won't move. What do I do?" So I stop and think. I look around the garage and think, what can help me? So in this moment, looking around within yourself and outside of yourself, what can help? Because if you're stuck and you're only relying on your own self, maybe that's why you're stuck. Who or what? Now, in another workshop that I do, that's based on play your bigger game, one of the squares we talk about is an ally. And the allies can be people or they can be non-people. And by that I mean it could be nature itself. Sometimes when I'm stuck, by going out in nature, nature itself, the energy of nature, helps my whole system calm down. Okay, so that could be an ally. And I've shared in this before that my car is an ally. If I have to go somewhere, I often get ideas that I wouldn't get if I'm just sitting in front of my keyboard in front of the computer. Or a journal. Or maybe it's your pet. And it very well could be a person. So, and this series is the circle with the upside down triangle. And it's difficulty. When things are stuck, it does feel difficult. And notice how you feel. Now, I've referenced this before about the grid, the mood meter that Mark Brackett has shared, and you can find it online. When you are stuck, where's your energy? Is it high energy stuck? Is it low energy stuck? Is it pleasant or is it unpleasant? So just being able to identify that, I'm feeling high energy, and it's unpleasant, and then be able to pull out a word. Are you angry? Are you enraged? Are you sad? Anyway, so what wisdom can that give you? Third one. Interesting. In this problem, intimacy. And intimacy, that word, a friend shared with me one time. Into me see. Into me see. That's what intimacy actually means. Making ourselves vulnerable, whether it's sadness or whether it's having fun. Being able to be playful with another, with a friend or a sibling or a relative, someone that matters. That intimacy, sharing the deepest parts of you. How could intimacy, how could that kind of vulnerability help you with this situation that you're bringing today? And there's an intimacy too with within ourselves, with our own spirit, whatever you call that within you, your higher self. Some people call that God or higher power or the universe or a creator. What's that intimacy like? And how can that help you with this situation? This series is a circle with a star in it, which is opportunities. Interesting. This allows us to examine our level of openness. There might be a key. And readiness with regards to the things that are happening in and around us, which absolutely relates to what we're talking about, this situation. How open are you? So I'm going to invite you to just jot that down, that situation. Intimacy with yourself, with a being that is larger than yourself, with another person, within yourself. Wow, heavy duty. If we were on a retreat together, that I would leave this for a good 20-25 minutes and have people go away. Take a deep breath and just sit with that. If something comes out writing, beautiful, but just kind of sit with that, be open to it. So nothing may occur to you right at this moment, but I hope if you're watching this later than 9, or if there's someone watching, if you're just tuned in, we've done those 3 cards, and I don't know if you saw the first one was beginning. I just want to share that because you didn't see that one. The first one was beginning. So that nothing may occur to you right now. You may be in a place, you may be in that blue quadrant right now, and it's just like, nothing's coming up. Just be open that maybe later on today, in the afternoon, some image may pop into your head, some thought, or someone may call, or you may read something and something clicks. And I hope that you take the time for yourself to sit down and write that out. Okay, that's it for me today in the coaching game. Thanks for being here, and be kind to yourself. We talked about that yesterday. Be kind with yourself, because as you develop that compassion for yourself in any kind of difficulty, then you open yourself to being kind to others, having more empathy for others. And then when they feel that, they are more apt to be kind to themselves. And then we start that ripple of compassion. Okay, that's it for me now. I will see you next Tuesday, 9 o'clock. No new announcements. I'm not sure what I'm doing next week. May have a pop-up training, may not. I am doing a group program on Radical Change It's Time, but that's in September. And if you're curious about that, direct message me on Facebook and I'll give you the information. It should be quite interesting. Okay, bye for now.